Because see, here's the thing: what you're doing,
Mm.
you know that it's fuckery, but the fact that you keep telling her, "Well, leave the situation. I'll help you. You can do this." It's co-signing that. You don't need to be saying none of that. You need to give it to her the way it fucking is. And that means stop making it about her. Every time she comes to you, ask her, well, how do you think this is affecting the little girl, whatever the baby's name is? You need to keep pushing her daughter in her face every time and let her know, well, you know, you're like this because of me. I'm like this because of my mama. And she's going to be like this because of you. Because if she can't do it for herself, which is obviously she can't, she needs to fucking do it for that little girl. Or Nona, you and your husband need to take the child. Because otherwise, who's gonna stop this bullshit?
No, I absolutely positively agree with you. And I've done many times in the how many years she's been an adult, have did tough love with her. There's, let's see, how many years is it? Let's 8 years. In the 8 years that she's been on her own, so to speak, I she just, when I do get hard on her, that's it. It's over. She's like her father in that she'll take the grandkids away from me. She uses them as pawns to keep me from saying the truth. Because if I say the
She
truth,
can't keep you from saying anything.
well, no, she
You're the
can't
one
keep
with
me
the
from saying
power.
it. Yeah, she thinks that, yeah. And then she really thought that because it was December, that I would give her and him a fucking pass. And the bullshit, you do not wake up my grandson to ask him about a punishment. Like who does that? That you really thought I was gonna
Your daughter
reach out?
does it.
Yeah, I know. My daughter does it. I'm like, what? She thought I would reach out. I wouldn't. Look, I stood my ground. I did not reach out. I didn't look at her Facebook page. I did nothing. You're not
But
going to
how
use
is
those kids as
that
pawns.
helping your grandchildren, Nona? By you not talking to her, how does that help your grandbaby? Because that's where I'm at. It's not about you. It's not about him. It's not about her. There are two minor children in this house where there's generational trauma being thrown on top of them, on top of the trauma of them dealing with a whole man who has no rights to them,
Mm-hmm.
traumatizing them. That's what his punishments are because they're not his kids. It's trauma. She co-signs the terrorization of your grandkids, Nona.
Oh, I
She,
told
your
him.
daughter,
Mm-hmm.
co-signs your kid, your grandbaby, being terrorized by a person,
Yep,
and you're
I know.
cool with it.
No, I'm not cool with it. And when I'm
Yes, you
not cool
are.
with, well,
Hey,
actually,
y'all,
give me the
because y'all
scenario.
stopped talking for a couple of weeks. Something
No,
happens. She reaches out, and you go
no, it
back to
was
the
months.
bullshit.
It was
Doesn't
months.
matter how
Months.
long it is. Whenever she reaches out, you reply. And if
Yes, I
she
do.
is not calling me to tell me something that's concerning my grandkids, the only thing she
Mm.
should be calling me to tell me about her situation is she's getting a divorce. If she's not saying that, the only thing I want to hear is my grandkids situation. I don't want to hear a fuck about nothing you saying because you bringing this on yourself. Because I already told you what the fuck you need to do to make it better for you. And if you don't want to do it, then I don't want to hear the bullshit. That's what you should be saying to her, and you're not saying it.
Oh, I did. I did for that period of time. That's why I'm asking you. During that period of time that I told her off from waking up my grandson, I can't, I'm not co signing it. I'm done. Fuck this. Didn't speak to her. But like you said, what about my grandkids? How's that helping my grandkids if we're not talking? Felicia and I. It was an oxymoron the whole time. Because I said, all right, you know what? First of all, this is too much of my grandson. This back and forth. He can see me. He can talk to me. Now he can't. Can and can't. Like this gotta stop. So I went to find out if I can get grandparents' rights. Get both my grandkids without her at all. You know what I mean? I don't have to deal with her. Take my grandkids for one day a month. I can't do it unless I put charges on her. And even then, get this. Even then, It is not a given that grandparents have the right to the grandchildren because they will take her opinion on them.
There are things called recordings and cameras and shit. They cannot dispute facts. They cannot dispute proof. The question is, Nona,
Mm.
are you built for it? That's the question.
All right,
Are you
built.
built to really battle her for your grandkids?
Oh hell yeah!
Okay, then I don't understand why you shouldn't have a problem. Because from here on out, I will be recording everything. Every time the grandkid told me something, I will record it. Anything that's out of pocket, I will record it. And I'm gonna say something because maybe CCS should be involved.
I did. You're absolutely. When that happened with my grandson, when the first one when it happened, um, I almost called. I called his school because at the time I was still on all of his stuff. Like the grandmother can call. Somebody else can call for his school stuff. I told the school that we're having problems because he goes to a social worker. That he's having problems. I'm going to be taking off, but if there's ever an emergency, something happens, please give me a call. That's all I was able to do. That's it. I took her back. She says, so I went to go wait. So the next thing, so January comes, I go get grandparents' rights. I call the courthouse. I ask them how, what I'm looking at on our website, New York State's website. It's not really making sense to me. So I'm like, well, how do I do this? They're like, oh, you can't file here. You have to file where the kids are at, which is 2 hours away. Well, an hour and a half away. I'm like, okay. And that's not guaranteed. I said, well, what do you mean? If they feel
I'll be
the
your voice. You say good for you, Nona. What's good for her? I missed it. What's good for her? Because I missed it. I didn't see it. Oh, okay. You go
so
ahead, Nona.
okay. So I'm like, okay, that's a problem because I can't drive legally. I can't. My physical disabilities make that. Like, okay, called the lawyer. Said, is there a way? I'm disabled. Is there something under the Disabilities Act? There should. I think there should be, right? He said, again, it's at the discretion of the parent. It's up to the parent. If the parent feels that they don't want you around the child, the judge usually goes with the parent. So we can go to court and it could be for nothing. I said, okay.
But they can't dispute proof, Nona.
I had nothing on camera, nothing.
But now you know that they can't dispute truth. It's still happening. This isn't
But
something that happened 2 years ago because he's still in the house with these kids. So he's still punishing that child, and he's only doing it because it's not his kid.
that right there, I went
He
off
don't
on
give
her.
a fuck about them kids. And you
That
need to understand that the longer she stays with them, the worse their mentality is going to be. And you could very well have a mass pum pum
good God.
because y'all kids don't know how to deal with trauma because y'all don't know trauma when y'all see it. And then it spews out onto the rest of us. And we have to deal with it by burying our loved ones that haven't done shit to your kids.
Well,
So
she
get
said,
your kids.
actually, she had said last conversation. Now, this wasn't about him, or it was a regular conversation when we were talking with G. She was talking about him at school. So that he's getting away with stuff because he's listed as white. I said, well, why didn't you change it? He's still Puerto Rican. Well, what do you mean? Why is he white? Hold on. They're in here again. I'm going to be like a teenager and go to the bathroom. I said, what the fuck do you mean? White privilege. Like, explain to me, what do you mean? She goes, well, when he's in school, they get into a fight. He got into a fight with a little boy. And they both got punished, but not suspended because this, that, and the third, because it was kind of like a boys be boys thing, and they're both white. I said, my grandson's not white. I said, did you not become are you no longer Puerto Rican and I didn't know about it? Oh, it's because his last name's Sellingham. I said, well, what did you say to them? That the child, if my grandson, put his hands on the little boy and little boy got hurt, why is my grandson not suspended? That's the way the world works in my eyes. Why did he punch the kid? Why was he just reprimanded and that was it? I said, I don't get it. When it's at school, he's getting shit. He's not getting punished the correct way. He's not getting corrected the right way. When he's home, you're overcorrecting him, or what you think is overcorrecting. I said, and then she'll start, oh, well, his father. I said, Felicia, I can't listen to that, because I could turn around and say to you, what about your father? Your father wasn't around either. You got to work with it.
Has his father ever been around?
Oh, yeah, he was. He was there for the first 3 years. Pregnancy through the first 3 years. I do have to give Tyler that. I do.
And how old is the boy now?
He turned 7 in June. When we
Okay,
talk,
so what is he missing?
He says he's not missing anything.
He can't be missing something. He doesn't remember his daddy. She
That's
remembers.
Well, that's the thing too. And so I call. We could talk. Like I told you, I can call. I can get off this phone and call him. Right? He's on. We gave him on his iPhone. We gave him an iPhone so he can call me. Right? So I was talking to him the other day, and because his father had written Felicia, or had the girlfriend write Felicia and say, can we do something with the kids, or blah blah blah, and they got into a fight. Right? So it was on my mind because I have only heard from Felicia what he says, and that's not always right. He's not going to tell her everything. So I wanted to ask. I said, all right, buddy. I said, by the way, did you talk to your dad lately? She goes, no. He goes, no. I go, why? That's none of your business. Then I proceed, after I got off the phone, finished the conversation with him, called my daughter, stop talking shit in front of my grandson.
Why?
You don't, I mean, maybe I'm wrong then. I could be wrong. You don't think that's a little too much on a 6, 7 year old's head? We're having to
Okay,
worry about
why
money?
do you think it's too much? Why do you think it's too much for him to deal with?
On top of being abandoned, is which my grandson feels he is. You're going to talk about money, which, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm listening. This is definitely on, if you got something to say better, then please do. My thought was, he's already going through this whole, like, I've been abandoned by my father. Now I'm worried about whether or not my mom has money because of my father. That's a lot to put on a 6, 7 year old kid, in my
No,
eyes.
it's not. They have school drills of what to do when people come into school to kill them.
Oh shit, you're right. You're
So how
absolutely
is this
right.
too much for him?
It's not. Then you're right.
They
You're right.
literally do drills of what to do in case a mass shooter comes into the school. So how is this too much for him? Y'all gotta stop that stuff. If it's not too much for our kids, it's not too much for y'all fucking kids.
Well, he knows, so he does know. He does know that his father is a deadbeat.
He should know his father's a deadbeat.
He knows his father's
His
deadbeat.
father's a deadbeat.
Doesn't want anything to do with it. He's not allowed. And the only other male figure is my husband, because like my ex-husband doesn't have anything to do with my kids, except the one that lives with him.
That's his relationship with him.
My ex-husband?
No, with your husband.
My husband, that the Chris I live with, because they're both all my kids. My daughter's husband's Chris, my husband's Chris, and my ex husband's Chris. So which one did you want to know about?
Your
My
current
husband,
husband.
my current husband has his own daughter that has similar problems and or put us through similar problems. And his answer is pretty much what you're saying. She's not going to learn. You can say it to your blue in the face. She's still going to do what she's going to do, and that's the end of that. Just don't feed into her.
How's his relationship with the child, the boy,
Oh,
the
my
6 year old?
Bambino, he calls him Papa. They're very
Okay, so
close.
he does have a male figure. That's good. But here's
Yeah,
the
and he.
thing:
Mm-hmm.
the older he gets, the less time he's gonna spend with him,
Yeah, we
and he's
noticed it the
not gonna
last
spend
time.
any
Yeah,
time. He's not gonna spend any time with his stepfather. But you have to understand that he's learning how to be a man from his stepfather.
you don't think my husband's gonna like possibly even it out or try
No,
to?
no,
No.
he doesn't spend enough time with your husband. Your husband cannot teach him the fundamental things that he needs to learn. No.
Mm.
So if you don't put your foot down and do what you need to do to protect your grandchildren, stop protecting your daughter and stop protecting your grandkids, you're looking at Kim's situation.
So, hell's the fuck no. No, oh my god. No, I
Yes,
want.
you are.
No, I know what you're
Yes,
saying.
you are. Yes, you are. You can deny it all you want to, but I'm telling you, yes, you are. What's the difference?
Um,
What's the difference in Kim's situation and your daughter's situation?
Kim's situation, my daughter's situation, those are similar. My situation is not similar.
But this is what I'm telling you. You
Okay.
really don't have any rights. You're the
Mm.
grandparent. What's the difference? You're looking at that 6 year old as he gets older, he's
Seven.
gonna become Kim's son. Now, what's the fucking difference? Because you said no, 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 no. So I want you to tell me the difference. Because your daughter has lost him. She ain't even
Cause
started
that,
looking for him. Your daughter don't even know she's lost control of her child. But I'm telling you now, she's lost control of him.
but I haven't. But you're right. I'm not there all the time.
But you're the grandparent.
Parent. I know. I know. I know.
He's 2 hours away from you.
I know.
By the time you get to him, everything that could happen has already happened. So again, what's the difference?
Unfortunately, nothing. Nothing.
So you can't say that. You can't make Kim's situation worse than your daughter's situation because it's the same fucking situation. The only difference is Kim had enough motherfucking nuts to get up and leave her situation. Your daughter's the bitch in this situation. She's the
No.
one that failed. So
No.
actually, when you say no, 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 it makes you look bad because Kim did what was right for her children. She's just suffering the aftermath because she left too late, but she did leave. Yours hasn't even begun to think about leaving. So she's still on her. She ain't even looked at her motherfucking kids.
What's your suggestion as a grandparent? What's your suggestion?
Call CPS and tell the truth. If you want to save those kids, that's my suggestion. Start recording everything those kids fucking tell you and your husband
Well,
because they're gonna start talking. The older they get, he's going to, especially him,
he
because he's
talks.
actively being terrorized by this man that y'all seem to think it's okay for him to be in the house with. Now, one thing about me, I ain't gonna sugarcoat shit.
No, I didn't ask you to. I don't want you to.
Your daughter, who's selfish and don't give a fuck about nobody but herself, or you look past her and protect your future. by making sure that they have a decent adult life. Because the childhood is done.
Mm-hmm.
How old was that little boy when she married that boy?
Hold on. 5.
So he's had a year,
He's 7 now, so it's almost 2
two
years.
years
2 years,
of
yep.
trauma. No, no, trauma.
I know.
And all the adults in this situation are co-signing this shit. Here and start acting out. Can't none of y'all say, I didn't know what was happening.
Oh, I know
I
what's
didn't know what
happening.
was happening. You know what's happening, but what are you doing to stop it?
Like you said, I've been running around repeating the same cycle. That's not going to work. She's not listening, so I have no other choice.
So, okay, stop thinking about her because she's not going to listen. Because any man is better than no man. She has her own shit she needs to deal with because just the shit you're telling me, she got low self esteem.
Oh yeah, she does. She does. She does.
So she can't even see the fuckery that is Felicia. She's a
Mm-hmm.
whole fucktard in and of herself. But these kids ain't done nothing to nobody and they suffering. They suffering. They suffering. And y'all white women do not see y'all suffering kids because y'all are stuck in the shit that's happening to y'all. Like it's only y'all. It's your kids. So no matter how much you are being abused, it's 10 times worse for them because they don't understand what's happening. And y'all can't explain it because y'all don't fucking understand y'allselves. So they get mad at the world and they come out here and they come into my community and kill my people. And I'm sick and tired of y'all kids doing that. So guess what's gonna happen? If y'all don't get y'all kids in motherfucking order.
Wait, repeat the last thing you said. Sorry.
Guess what's gonna happen if y'all don't get y'all motherfucking kids in order?
You're right.
Y'all let y'all kids keep going through this motherfucking trauma until they are of an age where they start abusing y'all verbally, mentally, or physically. And then they come out here, come into my neighborhoods and kill my people. And I said, how long do y'all think that's going to keep going on?
I am listening. I know
See,
you
I
can't
didn't
see
come
me
up
right
here and
now.
start talking to y'all because I wanted to, because I don't. I think white women are evil. What I did was realize that my grandkids have to live in this world after I'm gone. And in order for
Mm.
me to make it better for them, I have to talk to y'all. But a
Mm-hmm.
lot of y'all don't want to listen. So this is my thing. A lot of y'all need to realize that people that look like me
Mm-hmm.
and other BIPOC people are not going to keep letting y'all off our people. We're not going to keep co-signing this shit. We're not going to keep waiting for the president to do something. Y'all need to understand that.
No, I do.
And when the shit hits the fan, we're not going to take into the fact, well, he's traumatized. That's why he's acting the way he's acting. Because we traumatized too.
For the record, just so you know, my Gia had a daybed until